Patrick's Day right around the corner, of course, and all eyes will be smiling, whether you're Irish or not, when you serve up hearty Irish beef stew. And Dr. Richard Collins back with us, the cooking cardiologist from South Denver Cardiology Associates. Talk about making an Irish stew. Now, is an Irish stew a traditional one considered heart healthy, or is it something that you think needs to be tweaked?
It needs to be tweaked a little bit, and it has to do with your protein and what you're going to use. But generally, it's a stew that has a pretty good base because it has tons of vegetables.
Well, I see over here you have some of what we're going to be putting in. We have some proteins, right?
All right, so we have, traditionally, Irish stew is lamb. As you know,
really?
you're Irish, of course. But you have chicken. Now, it's interesting, people say, oh, what about this cholesterol myth and so forth. Few people realize same cholesterol in lamb, chicken, or beef over here.
Okay.
So it's the same. What's the difference is the amount of saturated fat and
so
the gristle.
Lean lamb, lean beef.
Perfectly fine.
Those work.
But if you want to make it vegetarian, you can use tempeh as well.
Okay, that works fine.
So, what's the magic ingredient? Well, here it is.
Well, I'm looking, I got the usual stuff here. This looks like,
oh, there it is. That's what
when
makes
I saw
it
you with a
Irish.
can of beer, I thought that's your normal when you come in.
Yeah, for breakfast.
But this is part of the recipe today.
Yeah, so it's real easy to do.
Okay.
So easy. So I took some beef already and braised it, and I have my beef broth in here.
Okay.
So we're just going to add the ingredients.
So you would, in this case, you could use lamb or chicken, but you're going with the traditional, or one of the traditional versions of beef.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, very lean, actually. Sirloin, I've chopped it up myself. Okay?
All right.
So we're going to use a leek instead of celery, a little bit more nutrition.
Some leek.
All right.
All of it?
All of it, sure.
All of it. All right,
A
it's
full
in.
leek. Okay, we have 2 shallots. Go ahead and throw those in.
And you just have these cut, not quite minced,
Just kind of
but
coarse, yeah.
cut small.
And then we have a little tomato paste. I'll go ahead and
Dump
add
that
that.
in.
Now, I have carrots here.
Carrots
and
in with
the
some
little
potatoes.
mini ones. Aren't those cute?
Yeah, little mini potatoes.
And look at the color of those.
That's we're seeing more and more of the potatoes now with varieties of colors.
And
you say the darker colors tend to be better for you?
More nutritious.
More nutritious.
Just like blueberries. So we're going to add that in here, okay? Now, Tom, you add the magic ingredient.
So now Guinness is obviously a traditional, but does the beer you use matter? I mean, this is thicker, stronger.
This is stronger. It has a heavy barley malt flavor. It's a stout beer. You want to use that. And that's what gives us the really deep, rich texture
Big
of this.
can of beer. You know, with the microbrewers, they also make some of these beers. You think those would be also some of the locals?
Your choice, whatever you'd like to do.
So this now needs to stew.
About 2 hours.
Okay, and I see you have a garnish
yes,
here.
We forgot the garnish. This is a little tarragon and little oregano and also thyme.
And the Worcestershire goes in later, or does that go in
right now? We'll just add that, about a tablespoon.
Just dot it in there.
And that's all it is. 300 degrees, put the lid on it, and just watch it.
So tell me about what we've done as far as a health component here.
Okay, so what we have here is we have a low sodium beef broth. We have all of these vegetables, which are really great because a lot of people just don't get their vegetables.
Right.
We didn't use a lot of meat in here, so there's only about 50 milligrams of cholesterol in this whole dish.
All right.
And it's 500 calories.
Well, the recipe, as always, will be on the website at kwgn.com. Oh, look, we have one beer left.
Yes, we do, Tom, and you always want to sort of serve that alongside.
How lucky. Gee, we better go back to Kim and Chris. We're over here, guys. Go ahead.
Yeah, not sure if Tom's coming back.
I'll be back.
He's done. He's done.